Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel and today's video we are going to be going over some of my projects and what we're doing today, which is prepping a car to go onto the dyno this Thursday, or Friday actually. Thursday night we need to finish prepping. Other than that, just go over everything and get to work. Starting off with the first project is this 1988 3 Series. I pulled it out of a field in New Mexico. I'll be fixing some of the bodywork in the front end, and then I'll be going off to paint. I have a turbo M20 built for it, actually sitting in my basement. It's been there for about 3 years, just never had the time to get to this thing, but finally do. So in the coming videos we'll be getting this thing stripped down and ready to go to the body shop. The next car is this 1970 2002 former race car, bought out of Minneapolis. I've been slowly working on getting it back to being a track car. Got the main hoop all tacked in for the roll cage, and I'm working on the A-pillar bars for each side. I do have everything to put this thing together, just need to get to it. It is also next on the list of cars to do. Other than that, that brings us to what we're doing today's video, just getting this thing ready to go onto the dyno this Friday. It is a 84 320i with a gray market import. I put a M30 turbo in it, and we are getting ready to tack on this dump tube and get this dump tube going into right here, so that we can recircuit and don't just have it dumping to atmosphere, because I honestly don't like the way it sounds when it just dumps to atmosphere. I'd rather have it recirc. So yeah, let's just get to work and get going. So first thing first is we need to get this pie cut piece tacked on right here. Got it all cut and done last night. It was pretty boring, so I didn't film it, but I need to get this tacked on right here, and then get this piece welded out, and then get a hole saw and cut into the downpipe and get it fit and welded on. So let's just get to work. Okay, that's tacked. I like it. Let's add a couple more tacks, some filler rod, just to make sure that nothing moves or falls apart when we go to weld this out and take this clamp off. Alright, that shouldn't go anywhere. Let's get this clamp taken off, go back to the bench, and weld it out. pie cuts all welded up. Definitely not my best work. Actually ran completely out of welding talent. Good thing this is covered up by, is going to be covered up by exhaust wrap, but it'll get the job done. Probably gonna have to try and clean it up some though, just because I honestly can't stand to look at it with it being so ugly, but gotta do what you gotta do. It'll work just fine for now. So we'll let this cool off, get it mounted back up on the car, mark it out onto the downpipe, pull the downpipe off, cut the downpipe, and weld this back on and get our dump tube all finished up. Okay, so I got the dump tube all mounted up and traced out. So all I need to do is pull this downpipe off, get it all welded up, mounted back up, and we are ready to rock and roll. Then on Friday morning at 9 o'clock we'll dyno this thing and see what kind of power numbers we put down. I will be filming that as well. But yeah, other than that, that's all we got going on today. We'll be picking this up tomorrow, getting that dump tube finished, and getting the rest of the dyno prep done, and then be getting this posted. This may be posted after the dyno video. I may include it. Welcome back, everybody. It's actually more like 2 weeks later. Had some stuff happen, but we are back. Tried to make that dump pipe, didn't go so very well. It ended up just being a catastrophe. I had to remake the downpipe and just have it dumped to atmosphere, which is whatever. Doesn't sound the greatest, but gotta do what you gotta do. Then went to put it on the dyno. Turns out one of my ignition coils went bad the day I was strapping it to the dyno. Put my spare on there, that was also bad. Had to order another one. So I'm waiting for that to come in. Finally got it in, got it on. Got an extra spare, so that way if it does happen again, we can just keep going. So today is the day. Let's go make some poles. Okay, successful dyno session. The car is tuned, making some serious horsepower, at least for the chassis and the limitations of the chassis. Over the dyno sheet real quick. We made 302 horsepower and 344 foot-pounds of torque at 13.57 pounds of boost, 13.5 pounds of boost. Exactly what I was aiming for. I was thinking 350 to 400 at the most. Did run out of fuel, so I'm gonna have to get a new pump, maybe some bigger injectors in there, and then we can retune it, add some timing. This was just 10 degrees of timing. Couldn't really add any more timing to it, as at about 5,700, my injectors were at 115% duty cycle, so nothing really left for them. Need to get some new injectors and a new pump, bigger pump, and then we can turn it up a little bit more, maybe put a bigger spring in it and a boost controller, because right now I'm not running any boost controller. Other than that though, everything is looking good. Ran great, drove great. Next video I will do a driving video, getting on it and showing you how it does. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.